behind every desire you admire are requisite action that you need to take in order for that desire to transpire. I want to say welcome, Accra, Ghana, to the 40 Streams Conference.
Here in the hall, you connect with great mentors. You get information that will make you relevant in your generation. And just the lack of this information can cost you another 10 years of frustration.
It's not a question of whether you can make money online. It's a question of what systems are you aware of that you can take advantage of to make money online.
So we are not looking at individuals that are just doing the thing. We are just looking at a crop of people who are banded together, seeing themselves as a team that is making a transgenerational change.
Until you take that decision and say, like the biblical character called Esther, if I perish, I perish. There won't be any change.
Most importantly, will you take action repeatedly? Because action is not enough. Taking repeated action is what creates results.
The key is what? Focus.
Please, ladies and gentlemen,
That's right.
with a standing ovation, we want to welcome into this hall,
That's right.
Mr. Kwame and Sam Harvard. Put your hands together.
Becoming a millionaire or billionaire is not a function of age. It's not a function of your nationality. It's not a function of gender, and it's not even a function of your spirituality.
People are saving lives on the internet. People are changing their families' financial standings using the internet. If today we have mobile money, and my 72-year-old mother can send and receive money, it should tell you what technology is.
If you want to influence and impact people and you want to be comfortable, you will never get to influence and impact anybody, ladies and gentlemen.
To start thinking about people even while you are broke. I told you my story. I started teaching people's businesses to get better even while I was still broke. I have the knowledge, I pass it.
To your neighbor and say, get angry. They didn't hear you say, get angry.
Guess what? I was broke. Until I started learning to pay people, nobody was willing to pay me.
Millions of people that are attached to you. And if you do not succeed in life, they will die in poverty.
Listen, anger is the gift of God to man. I know most times I say, don't get angry, but listen, even the Bible says, be angry, but
you need to educate yourself again. There's a difference between academics and education. Academics is what you do in the university. The problem is most of the time, what they are teaching you is outdated, not relevant today.
You're selling the right products, you're selling good products, but you're not where your customers can see you.
Please, the first mindset is, I need to live an abundant life. And there's another way that I twist that. A lot of you here don't love yourself. That is why you are still broke. I survived. I'm a beacon of hope. Everywhere I step, hope arises. Everything I touch, prospers. This is who I am. I am not poor. I make people rich.
Hello Douala, hello Cameroon, hello Africa, hello Nigeria, and hello world. You are welcome to the 40 Streams Conference here in Douala, Bonanjo, and La Falaise. Beautiful people, it's gonna be an amazing day. This is the 40 Streams Conference and the launching of Lenoflix affiliate program in Cameroon.
What you do not identify, you cannot confront. And what you don't confront, you cannot conquer. Cameroon.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't make it and my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, but they saying Luda's back. Blame it on that contour, the hood call it Luda yak. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like strippers' booties go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million virgins. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I play in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone,
we learn, we earn, and we flex.
Tell Kelly, back it up, my niggas call me loco. Down for armed trafficking, don't make me pull that fofo. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money.
Sam Harder.
on the bit.
There's anything I want you to write down is this. One of the most dangerous things you can do to yourself in today's era is to limit your education to the classroom.
If you believe that this person is outshining you because they have more skills, because they have more influence, because they have more money, that's already a disservice to you. Because light never gets dimmer because another light shines.
Get angry that you are here, where you are right now, when you could be much more. Until you are fed up of being fed up with where you are, there won't be any change.
Motivation is the fuel that drives action. But more important than being motivated is the ability to stay motivated.
The one, the only,
Sam Harvard. I'm a beacon of hope. Everywhere I go, everything I do prospers. I am not poor. I make people rich. I am not poor. I make people rich. I am not poor.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me. How are you doing? I want to welcome you both on YouTube and on Zoom. And let's get started. We have a lot to cover and we have a very short time in class. I want to be sure you can hear me. Please help me type 111 in the comment section if you can hear me loud and clear. It's a way to test and be sure that my voice is up. I don't want to keep talking and then you're not hearing. It's going to be crazy. So let us start tonight by establishing a very important concept, is the concept of learning. I noticed that there are lots of teachers, people out there who teach one concept or the other, especially as it relates to business, income, and growth. And a lot of people listen to them. I mean, you and I have watched in the last 1 week, 1 or 2 YouTube videos that the thumbnail promised something big, or maybe the title promised something big. And we took our time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even hours in some cases, to watch that particular video. And at the end of the day, after watching the video, I'm coming, I'm trying to check, okay, I think it's functioning. After watching the video, our life remained practically the same. You know, at best, sometimes we are entertained. At best, sometimes we just feel like, we've learned something new. But did we really learn? And that question is a very important and critical question There are some of you who have been listening to me the beginning of this year since we started the Sunday Income Masterclass, and I've taught a lot of things. But the reality is, have you really learned anything? Listening to a speaker teach is not equal to learning. You can listen to somebody and get incredible information, but you did not learn. If that is possible, that I listen to someone, they say everything that they have to say, and at the end of the day, I even made notes. I wrote a lot of things and I felt very inspired. But you say I did not learn. What then is the right definition of learning? So I'm going to start today with this definition, and I'm going to give you my personal learning framework because I want you to apply it not only tonight, but every other time you try to learn something new. It is important. The things I'm going to be sharing tonight are life-changing information. They are powerful. They have helped me in the past. They are currently helping me. And my next plans for the next 5 years, the next 10 years are tied to this same concept. And if this is powerful, and I'm going to be sharing without holding back today, it is important that we define what it means to truly learn. If learning is not about listening and making notes, if learning is not about being inspired, motivated, all right, what then does it mean to learn? So, when you learn, there is only one major metric we could use to measure if truly you have learned something or not. It is not increase in knowledge. It is not amassing information. What really determines if you learned or not is a change in behavior. Let me repeat that. What proof that you have learned something is something changes. Everything else remains the same, conditions remains the same, but there is a change in how you behave, in how you do things, in how you operate, in how you think, in how you act. If your thinking changes, definitely your actions will change. So a change in behavior is what truly defines learning. You can listen, like I think our pastor used to say that it is the doer of the word that is blessed, not the hearer, not the listener, not the note taker of the word. That same thing applies in everything in our life as human. When you learn, something shifts, something changes. If nothing changes, then you have not learned. So what truly defines if you have learned is what changed in your life. What do you now do that you were not doing before? So I have a simple framework and I'm going to share it with you that I use when I learn. And it's very interesting. There are just 4 steps in that framework. I call it the I'm going to need to use white. I call it the 2SML framework. 2SML framework. I don't want you to forget this. Please cram it, write it down somewhere. It's going to be clearer to you in a minute. And this is my personal framework for learning. Please, somebody type it in the comment. Let me be sure that you are with me. 2SML. 2SML. So what does it mean? I mean, there is one S, there is a second S, there is an M, and there is an L. So what does it mean? Each of these 4 steps on the framework. When you truly learn, any new information is given to you, any new concept is explained to you, the true definition that you have learned is you must be able to fill up these 4 things. There has to be a shift in each of these 4 things to really prove that you have learned something. And what are these things? Number one, what must you start doing that you are not currently doing? So you ask yourself this question every time you're learning something. What is it based on this information I just got now, based on this knowledge that is passed to me right now? What must I start doing that I am currently not doing? What must I start doing that I am currently not doing? So you ask yourself that question and you pen those things down. Whatever it is you are writing down is an action step which changes your behavior. Before that knowledge, before that information, before that class, before you learn the things that you are being taught, you were not doing those things. So you changing to start to do what you were not doing before is simply a change in behavior, which means you have learned. So that's the first one. What must you start doing that you are not doing before? The second one is just the opposite of it. What am I currently doing that I need to stop doing based on this information I just got, based on this knowledge that I just got? What are the things I am currently doing that I have to stop doing because of this? When you are doing something and you stop, that's a change in behavior. It means you have learned. Do you understand? So, what are the things that I'm currently doing that I have to stop? You got to ask yourself. So, based on all the things I'm going to be sharing tonight, what are you doing now that you must stop because of the new knowledge or the new information that you are getting? If you are not happy with your income currently, the problem is not that you don't have access to information on how to make money. The problem is not that there are no ChatGPTs on your phone or Claude that you could type how to make money. The problem is not that there's no Google that you could search 50 different ways a 35-year-old lady in the city of Lagos or Accra or Nairobi can make $10,000 a month. If you Google that, you're going to get information. You're going to get answers. I hope you know. If you ask ChatGPT, it's going to answer you. If you ask Gemini, any large language model, they're going to give you information. So your problem is not lack of access to information. Your problem is not that you have not even gone through classes, paid for online courses, learned different things. That is not your problem. Your problem is your behavior never changed. If where you are right now is not 10 times better than where you are exactly 1 year ago, it means in the last 1 year, you have not learned anything. Are you listening? Most times I amass knowledge, incredible knowledge, golden knowledge. It's great when you talk about people like, oh, you're so knowledgeable, you know so much. But the reality is, did my life change into what I want my life to be yet? If not, it means that the period between when I got those knowledge and right now that I'm evaluating myself, I really did not learn anything. Because I cannot point to any change in behavior as a result of the knowledge that I now have. I don't know how relevant this is. It just came to my mind many years ago. I had this friend that was a very interesting guy. So we were living together, and he usually complained that when I'm eating, I used to chew and open my mouth. I never knew. Nobody ever told me that. So when he tried to tell me, he mirrored what I was doing. He didn't say the word. He tried to show me. So it was so disgusting watching him display the thing. So I felt quite embarrassed. And while I argue with him, I don't eat like that. What do you mean? Something sank in my head. I felt bad. Like, oh my God, is that the way I look when I eat in front of people? But I said to myself, I'm going to change this. So I became conscious. Every time I'm eating, I made sure that my mouth are closed. So one day we were eating and he said, you are not doing today. Then it dawned on me that I have actually learned. Now here's the interesting part. Years after, I had met people, sometimes beautiful ladies, gorgeous, psychedelic, but when they are eating, like cow. And I did the same thing to them. Why are you eating? And somehow, I've been able to influence more people to change that behavior. So a behavioral change is a proof of learning. Do you understand me? All right. It's very important I lay this foundation. I just want to give you this framework so you keep using it every time you are learning something. So these are the pointers. First, what should you start that you have not been doing? Number two, what are you currently doing that you have to stop? Number three is more. What is it that you are doing, but you are not doing enough of that thing? You are already doing it. Based on the knowledge you just got, you are already on track, but you're not doing enough of that thing. Maybe we'll talk about your business and you know that you need to start making content, but you're already making content. Maybe 1 or 2 a month you are posting. Maybe 1 or 2 a week you are posting. Maybe you're even trying, you're posting 1 content a day. But yes, you're already doing it, but you need to do more of it. Maybe you need to now start posting 2 content a day, 3 pieces of content a day. You are already posting content, but now you need to post more. For some of you, you are not posting at all. You need to start posting. All right. For some of you, you spend too many times. Okay. Well, the last one. Less. So less is don't stop the things, but reduce the thing. What is it that you are doing that you don't have to stop, but you have to do less of that thing? You do less of it. You reduce how much of those things you're doing. I didn't say anything, no. You know. You know. But what is that thing? You don't have to stop it, but you have to reduce how much of it you do. For some of you, you don't have to stop it, but please reduce the size. Yes, I'm talking to you. So your learning is a change in behavior. That is a true proof of the fact that you have learned something. You need to ask yourself, what must I start doing that I'm currently not doing? What am I currently doing that I need to stop completely? I must not do it anymore. What is it that I'm already doing but I'm not doing enough? I need to do more of. What is it that I'm doing too much that I need to reduce? So make sure you write these things down. Very important. Okay, so this is how you learn. Start, stop, more, less. I call it the 2SML framework. It will help your life in a very massive way. If I stopped here, I've already added value to you. So the question is, what I've just shared in the last few minutes, have you learned? How will you prove that you have learned this framework? It is after this class, you are going to ask yourself, based on everything that they have now said so far, What must I start doing that I've not been doing before? For example, you are now going to be making notes every time you listen to something new. Based on this, what should I start now that I've not been doing? What am I doing based on this thing that I need to stop? What must I do more of or less of now? You may not always have an answer for all the four, but you will have answer for at least one, and go and implement that one. It makes for a change in behavior. Every time you take an action, something changes because that action you were not taking it before. And now that you are taking that action, you have changed behavior. So you are learning. Do you understand? People who keep learning, keep living. Because learning is living. People who stop learning, stop living. Either they are 80 years old or they are 20 years old. The more you keep on learning, the more you keep on living. So learning is living. And what is learning today? Change in behavior. You got to change something from what you're already doing. There are things you need to start doing you were not doing before. There are things you need to stop doing that you're already doing. There are things that you are doing already, but it's not enough. You need to increase and do more of those things. There are things that you are doing already too much. You need to reduce them and do less of those things. These four areas will help you cement that change in behavior every time you got a new information. This self-evaluation, this self-responsibility is the perfect way for you to learn anything. Is that clear? Do you understand me now, ladies and gentlemen? Do you understand me now? Okay, fantastic. So can we start today's class now? So tonight I'm going to be continuing from where I stopped last week. And last week I talked to you about building a system. And I explained some key concept about income and finance that you need to pay attention to in order to be able to build something nice for yourself. And today I'm going to take it a little bit further. I'm going to do a little bit of recap of what we talked about last week, and I'm going to move into something very new. It's more like a step further today, talking about building a cash flow system. It's very important. All right. So let's start with this. For everyone, one of the most significant things you can do for yourself is to build a system. Your financial goal in this life is your ability to build a system. Your financial goal in this life is your ability to build a system. All right? Your ability to build a system. That is your main goal in this life. All right? So when you, okay, before I go into all of that, let me explain what a system means so that you get it and then it's clear. A system is anything that needs little or no direct involvement from you. It's a combination of different components that work together with little or no direct involvement from you. So if income comes to you with little or no direct involvement from you, you have an income or cash flow system. So the goal is to be able to have multiple ways that income comes in for us with little or no direct involvement. Do you understand? So I want to make, say, $100,000 a month, but I don't want to actively perform tasks before the money comes. I want to perform the tasks and create different systems that can work and keep on working without me doing the work over and over so that I get the money. Do you understand me? For example, let's say you make clothes. You're a tailor and you are very good at the clothes you're making. You've upgraded yourself over the years and you make incredible designs, perfect stuff, and you have a very good set of clients that patronizes you. Let's assume For every clothes you make, you charge people $10,000. Or maybe it's too much. Let's say $1,000 for every clothes you make. Now, you need $10,000 monthly income for you to be fine, fine, fine. I said fine 3 times because like it's abundance, yeah? Now, you need to make 10 clothes every month in order to meet that target, or maybe 11, 12 clothes. Let's say you pay other stuff and all, but your profit is like 10,000. Please keep that in mind. But here's the problem. Except you sit on the machine and make the clothes yourself, you will not make anything. Let's say in January you make 10 clothes, in February you make 10 clothes. In March, something happened. You could not walk. Do you know that you move from 10K in February to 0K in March? Do you know? So that is where many people run. It's either you have a business or you are on a job or you are taking gig as a freelance. But the reality is, except you physically get involved in the process, there is no income. I took a nap this afternoon for a couple of hours and I woke up and so it dawned on me that every time I take a sleep for like 1 or 2 hours, when I pick up my phone the next time after waking up, the first place I go to is my email. I go to my Gmail app. It's my Gmail app that I go to is here. Aha. So I go to my Gmail app. I open it. Do you know what I'm looking for in my Gmail app? Alerts, income alerts from products that are being sold and being delivered without my direct involvement. So while I am sleeping, somebody somewhere sees my product, all right, makes payments, got delivery of the product, send even feedback, and I am sleeping. And whatever system that I had created does that selling process without my direct involvement. Do you understand now? So if you're making clothes and you have to be the one to make it, and at the end of the day, something happened, you couldn't make clothes, you are not going to make any money in that period. But what if you train other people to be able to make the clothes exactly or even better than you could make it? And then you hire somebody to manage them. And you hire a marketing team that uses your brand to get in clients and more clients. You even hire client relationship managers. Let's assume you are a lady and you are making clothes for men that are who. Look for very attractive ladies and attach them as client relationship manager. Maybe one lady is managing 5 men. The lady is so attractive, feminine, soft-spoken, everything. Our job is to make sure that these men are dressed up in unique apparel, maybe on a weekly or monthly basis. And who is making it? Your brand. So they keep on talking to these men, calling them, almost putting them in troubles with their wives. But one thing is sure, these men will keep on making clothes that they don't even need because of this system. Now, these customer relationship managers make sure that anyone who makes clothes with you once will come back again next week, make another, make 2 again. In a month, they make like 3 or 4, each of them, and each one is $1,000. That is milking one client 4 times a month and continually doing that, rather than just waiting for 10 fresh clients to come per month as you were doing before. Now you have hired people who are doing all of this. Some are doing marketing. When people make clothes for the first time, you unleash the relationship manager on them. If they are women, you unleash maybe men on them. If they are men, you unleash women on them to make sure that they come and do more business, to come and make more clothes. You have people who are making the clothes. You have quality assurance manager that checks what they are making and make sure it meets standard before it goes out. And all you need to do once in a while is to call your business manager. How are we doing? Now, you have 10 people making clothes. Each of them can make up to 10 clothes a month as you were making. So each of them can now make $10,000 a month. Now you have $100,000 cash flow without your direct involvement. And everything you are spending to cater to all the staff you hire, including the tailors that are making, is 50% of the revenue. Now you have moved from $10,000 working actively to making $50,000 without you having to do any work if you don't want to. If you want to, you can go and sit there. But you have hired people to ensure the entire system is flowing. Please, do you understand where I'm going with this? So a system is a functioning component, combination of functioning components that work hand in hand without needing your direct involvement. Do you understand? So when you are able to create something like that that works without your involvement, you have built a system. So that is our goal. Now, you may not be able to start right now because to build a system costs money. And there are different kinds of systems. There are systems that you have to build all the components. There are systems that other people build the components. You only participate with money. That's what we call investments, portfolio. All right? There are different kinds. But the reality is they are capital intensive, all of them. Because you can't invest $100 in stocks and say you have a system. No. You have a dummy system. Because the reality is, what return is your $100 going to bring in a month, in a year, that will satisfy your basic need? So you know that you are just joking. Okay? So, so to be able to say you are putting money in the financial market that will bring returns that is a system, you have to invest, listen to this, 10 times your annual expenses in that business. So let's say what you spend in an entire year is $100,000. All right? Everything, rent, utility, travel, fun, gifts, shopping, medicals, everything. Children, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, everything all inclusive is $100,000, yeah, in an entire year. You need 10 times that amount as your capital investment before you say you have a system. So what is 10 times of $100,000? That's $1 million. So until you have $1 million system in capital market, say mutual funds, S&P 500, stocks, whatever, or crypto or forex, and the system keeps on working at an annual return of 10%, you have your $100,000 guaranteed every year, and your 1 million keep on doing the work. As long as those systems exist, you are covered. So now you have a cash flow that can take care of personal needs that you have calculated for an entire year. If your annual expenses is $500,000, you will need $5 million, which is 10 times of that in the system for you to say, yes, you got a system, a real system. Please, do you understand that? So all of these are the things that I taught you last week. So you need to get into your system building adventure, not when you have your $1 million, not when you have your $5 million, but you need to start somewhere. That somewhere is what we call your minimum entry level. So before I talk about your minimum entry level, it's important that I also give you a few examples of what systems there are that you can target or work towards. There are different ones, but the definition is simply whatever can create cash flow with little or no direct involvement from you. Please write that down. Whatever can create cash flow with little or no direct involvement from you. Whatever can create cash flow with little or no direct involvement from you. Whatever can create cash flow with little or no direct involvement from you. Write that down. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Number one, real estate. So you can call it one, rental, two, commercial. Both of them generate what we call rent. So the first kind of system that you can build is real estate. And I deliberately wrote these two examples so that we will not be confused with buying land as real estate investments. Is there anybody here that has a land? You have a land here. Please type land. Type land if you have a land here. Now, all of you that are typing land, I have a question for you. In the last 1 year, how much return has your land brought to you in cash flow? In the last 12 months. I'm assuming you've owned that land for up to a year. And even if you have not owned it for up to a year, for the duration you have owned that land, how much cash flow has it brought to your pocket? Let's talk. The land that you bought. It may shock you that if you put that land for sale today, you may not get a buyer to buy it at the exact cost price you bought the land. Possibly. And if you got a buyer to buy it at an amount more than the amount you bought it, if you adjust for inflation compared to the time you bought the land, you would discover that keeping that money in a different form of asset and converting it back to your local currency, you would have made more profits than the land. For example, if you bought a land in Nigeria in 2021, let's say that land is 3 million naira. All right? Let's say that land was 3 million naira. And you are selling that land in 2026 for 5 million. For five, let's even dash you like 5 million. You sell it, you make more money, you make 2 million profits, or 4 million, or 5 million. The reality is your 3 million of 2021 is actually 10 million of 2026. I hope you know. Your 3 million of 2021 is actually 10 million in 2026, or 9 million minimum in 2026. But you sold your land for 5 million and you think you made profits. Somebody even said 15 million. What does that mean? You lost money. You didn't even make profit. So buying land is not a system. I didn't say it's bad. I'm only saying it is not a cash flow system. So that is not your goal. Okay? You are better off putting that money into a safe forest investment or mutual fund that can bring 10%, especially the one that is in a what they call a stable currency. There are some currencies that are very stable. In the last 10, 20, 15 years, they are very stable. So you can research those currency and invest in something that brings a very small annual return and leave that money there in that stable currency rather than your land you bought in one place. Okay? Some of the places that they sell lands to you in the next 10 years, there is no development will go there. So if you're buying land because you just have excess money, you don't know what to do with it, you just want to keep the money there and just have that thing there, except you leverage that land to create something else, because the land you have is an asset. You can use it to get a loan that you put into something that produce cash flow. So you can leverage the land, except you can do that, then it makes sense. But the fact that you have the land is not giving, it's not doing anything for you. All right. So you could put money into those other cash flow producing investments that are safe. I'm not talking things that, see, anything that is giving you more than 10% in a year is already risky. So you know that your normal forex trading, all these things that the crypto trading is not involved. I'm not saying forex is bad or crypto is bad, but the kind of forex that promise you monthly return of 40%, 30%, 20% run, that is Ponzi. No matter how they disguise it. I saw a girl I used to know in Dubai. She posted the video yesterday, and then I saw a video today, or I think it was status on Instagram, and she's saying, "Let me teach you how to make money. You don't need to be doing forex yourself or learning whatever." There is this thing now. They use, they usually use the name of something that is trending. There is this club bots for AI automation thing that is trending like crazy. Now they have gone to create an AI thing there that is going to be trading for people. So that's what she's advertising. I was just looking at the video. I was laughing. I didn't even know who to send it to or who to laugh with me. It was so funny. And the reality is a lot of people are going to jump into stuff like that and put their money and say whatever. And at the end of the day, their cry will be bigger than CBEX. Because whatever is more than 10% per annum, it's already a very red and dripping flag. Be careful. That's not a system, that's a gamble. I'm not saying don't gamble. If it's new, of course, gamble very, very fast. It's new now, you will cash out because you're part of the fresh people. All right. But that's a gamble, that's not a system. Okay. So a system is long term and the return is very small. Please understand this thing. No, if you don't even know anything, you don't know how to know what is real or legit, just check what I am getting back as a return from this thing. Is it more than 10% in a year? If it's more than, run away. Run away. It's very risky. Yeah, so just know. So that's not a system. So real estate, that is a system, is the one that you can collect rent on. Somebody please type rent in the comments. Rent. The one that you can collect rent on is the real asset, is the real system. If you cannot collect rent, it is not the thing. All right? I'm not saying it's bad or evil. I'm just saying that is not a system. A system is the one that you can collect rent on. So even if you have a land, can you collect rent on that land? Data center is one of the latest form of commercial real estate that is paying like mad. You get a very good land, build a data center there, and people start to borrow data center stuff. It's incredible. People use their land, they lease the land for people to farm on the land. In 2018, I leased the land in Abuja for farming for 10 years. And we're paying those people more, I think about 5 million every year for 10 years. And we built greenhouses inside to make what they call this thing, tomatoes and bell pepper. It's fenced around. The person is not using it, is not building anything. It's inside one bush part. And we built greenhouses there. And then the guy is collecting money every year. So rather than buying land that you know you are not able to develop in years and whatever, rent it out for people who can farm on it and collect rent. So no matter how small the rent is, the fact that it's bringing rent, that is some form of system. Okay, so rental real estate is one, which is maybe residential. You got an apartment and then you furnish it and put it out for Airbnb and people start using it, get tenant, or you create office space real estate where companies and businesses rent it for office use or for store or shopping complex. All of these are different kinds of commercial real estate that brings cash flow for you. All right. So the rule in real estate is to have volume. Please write it down. The rule in real estate is to have volume. You necessarily cannot do very fine with only one. So you need to keep on adding more and more. If a real estate, a piece of flats can give me $1,000 a month, if I have 200 flats, what is that? $200,000 a month. If you multiply that by 12, you know what it means already. It's almost $2.5 million in a year. Because I have 200 units of maybe 2-bedroom or so in different locations in the world. So that's your goal. I'm saying all of these things because I want to create an interest in all of you. Whatever you are doing, we will get to that. Your goal is to have assets generating system, or cash flow generating assets or cash flow generating systems. Something that needs little or no involvement from you, but can bring in cash for you over and over. So you are a lady here, you're a guy here, you're less than 30, you're less than 40, you're less than 50, and your goal in the next maybe 1 year, 2 year is to build a house for yourself that you will move in and start living in. You are not wise yet. You are wise small, but you are not wise yet. That era is gone. Your first piece of real estate should not be the one you are living inside. I'm going to repeat that like 5 times. Your first piece of real estate should not be the one you are living in. Your first house, don't live inside it. It's poverty mindset. Your first house should bring you rent, not prevent you from paying rent. In working economy, when you have a house, you can actually borrow against the house to put into other stuff, or maybe even to get another house. All right. That both now bring rental income that pays the loan that you borrow on over and over. You see, have left over from the rent after paying the loan. And that leftover can pay your own rent, because now you have, let's say, 2 blocks of 3-bedroom flats, but you are living in a studio. That's a self-contained. They call it self-contained in Nigeria. You are living in a studio in a low brow area, but you have 2 units of 2-bedroom flats in eyebrow area that you use your money to build one. You use the one you built as collateral to get a loan to build the second one. The 2 houses rental is paying the loan you use in building the second one, and the excess of that loan is paying for your own house rents. And you have much more to even put into businesses and to even spend on yourself. Now you are wise. Your friend will move into a duplex, 4-bedroom duplex that he built by himself, and is always broke, asking you for money. So the goal is not to look rich. The goal is actually to have cash flow that takes care of everything. Do you understand? The goal is not to look rich. As a matter of fact, if you're ever going to have to look rich, it better be bringing you more money. That looking rich, that branding, better be your marketing strategy that is bringing cash flow. Except that you are not wise. Do you understand? So your goal is not, I want to buy a car. Except that car is an asset that will bring cash flow. Your goal is minimum entry amount to begin your system building. That is all I taught you last week. If you are here last week, please type 555. I'm waiting for you. Please type 555. If you were here last week, listen to me last week. 555. If you were here last week, thank you. Thank you. Now, those of you who were here last week, do you know the minimum amount you need to start your system building journey? Do you know that amount by now? If you know it, please type yes, yes, yes 3 times. Yes, yes, yes. If you already know that, don't tell me the amount. It's not important for me. It's important for you. I just want to know if you have done the calculation and you know that amount already. That for me to do, let's say, real estate, I know the kind of real estate I want to do. I know how much I need to start with. This is the amount. Or I want to do, I'm going to talk about other things. The first one I'm mentioning is real estate. I want to do other stuff. Maybe I want to invest in treasury bills. I want to invest in S&P 500. The minimum amount I want to start with is this amount. So I already know the amount. Type yes, yes, yes. If you were here last week and you have not done or you don't know your minimum amount, the first part of this training was for you because you did not learn anything. Nothing changed in your behavior. So you have to change your behavior. Something has to change. So you have to know. You have to put it on what people call vision board. You know the amount. This is what I want to raise. I know my own. I know my own. So because now that I know it, I can work my way back. In the next 1 year, my goal is to achieve 2 things. Everybody that I owe money, because I'm owing a lot of people, business owing. Yeah, I didn't borrow money from anybody. We did deals and it didn't go fine. And I got to pay them back somehow. So all of the people that I'm owing, either my business is owing them directly. Of course, I don't owe anybody personally. If I'm owing anybody personally, it will come out. Knowing anybody personally, it's my businesses that is owing them, and I'm responsible for my business, which is a talk for another time, because you need to understand how to detach yourself completely from your business. So I want to make sure that all of them are sorted in the next 12 months, and I also have a targeted amount that I must raise in the next 12 months. So I have done the math, I've done the calculation, I know my number, and I'm back to now say, what can I now begin to do in the next 12 months to raise this money? So in the next 12 months, if you see me living in a sitting room like this, maybe a self-contained or 1 bedroom, and I'm not living in mansion or big houses or whatever, I don't even have a car. I'm not buying a car. I'm not doing anything flashy. Just know that what I'm building is bigger than all those things. I don't owe you any stuff. All right? My life is a very interesting life, and I think you can learn from it. All of the things that I used to want to have, I have not only had those things, but I've been able to make those things happen for other people. That's a bigger level, because one of my proteges asked me a question. The guy is a big guy now. That he has made millions. He has grown big at that time that he went to speak somewhere and somebody saw him and just gave him 2 million as a gift. 2 million was a lot of money at the time anyways. And so he's done great for himself. So he said, sir, please, how do one move from the realms of millions to realms of billions? I said, very good. What you have done for yourself so far that has placed you in the realms of million, now go and do it for other people. Help other people achieve that level. You can create businesses that bring cash flow for people so that they can achieve your level. You can create all kinds of things to help other people achieve your current level. By the time you've done it enough time for people, you will automatically find yourself in the realms of billions. So I have amassed properties, make money, do whatever it is that people want, but I've gone beyond that to help make it happen for other people. So I'm not moved by material stuff. I like them. I like gadgets. I like cars. I love all those things. But the reality is, I have had enough of them in my life so far that they are not the things moving me right now. Okay? So I'm investing in my minimum required entry amount for the systems that I want to pursue. So that's what I'm saving money for. That is what I'm working hard for. Whatever business I'm building, I'm launching is towards raising money for those things. All right. So you may never catch me post material things, except extremely necessary to generate cash flow, which I don't even think I'm selling anything that I need to post material to convince you to buy the thing. I don't think so. I don't have that kind of business. If you buy, buy. If you not buy, go. So, so it's going to be a very private stuff. I'm contented, but I'm saving towards the system that I want to build. Do you understand? All right, let's continue class. So number one is real estate. How long? I've done 1 hour in class. Okay, not yet 1 hour, almost 1 hour. Let me rush. Number two is what we call big business. All right, or we call it leverage business. All right, big business or leverage business. Now, what does big business mean? A big business is any business you start or you are doing. Excuse me. Number one, you are not the only owner of that business. Write it down. Number one, you are not the only owner of that business. Number one, you are not the only owner of that business. Number two, you can travel for 6 months and the business will be doing better in 6 months than they were doing before you traveled. You can travel for 6 months and the business will be doing better in 6 months than it was doing before you traveled. So, how does that work? A big business. A big business is defined as a business that has a minimum of 500 employees, actually. So, to be able to build this is going to be a lot. But as at the time they defined this, it was not AI age. This is AI age. You can build a big business with far less than this, maybe 50 employees in max, and it will be a very big cash flow business that has little or no involvement from you. So why I said you can go for 6 months break and the business will still be doing fine is that the business is a fully structured business. There are people handling every bit and pieces of the business that your direct involvement is not required. So if you like, do whatever you like. Somebody's in charge of the marketing systems. Somebody's in charge of the sales system. Somebody's in charge of operation system. Someone is in charge of human resource system. Someone is in charge of accounting system. They are in charge of everything. And there is a general business manager or a team that manages the entire system together. So your direct involvement is not necessary. Unfortunately, many of us who are in business are not building for this type of businesses. So it's a big deal because we are not building for this type of business. So we are our business. If we are happy, our business is happy. If we are sad, our business is sad. If they heartbreak us, our business is heartbroken. If we are hungry, our business is hungry. Whatever happens to us, the owner of the business is immediately seen on the business. A big business is not about the money it is making, it's about the system that runs it. Write it down. A big business is not about the money it is making, it's about the system that runs it. Because if you're making $1 billion from your business a year, but it involves your direct involvement, else that billion will go to zero. You don't have a business, yet you are just employed in a gamefully way. In a gameful way, yeah? That your salary is 1 billion. That's the meaning. Because the day you are not able to do your own contribution or activity in that business, revenue drops to zero. Then you don't have a business yet. So the key is, if something happens to you, for whatever reason, the business keeps running. Cash keeps coming in. Okay? So that is the second system. The third system, number 3, is called financial. How do you spell financial? Financial instruments or financial markets. So this is where we have stocks, forex, crypto, treasury bill, mutual funds, S&P 500, etc. So what are these? These are systems that you put in your money. And they take your money and go and do number 2 with it. All right? And the return from the number 2 they are doing is paid back to you. So when you buy stock, if a business performs well, the value of their stock goes up. And you can take profits on those stocks at a fixed period in time. An example of a stock is like this. These are 500 top performing stocks in America put together. There is no way, except it was in 2008 during the global financial crisis, that in an entire year, there is an S&P 500 version of crypto also, which I'm going to talk about when I get there, where all these 500 businesses will lose. All of them will be at a loss. It's almost impossible. So aggregate speaking, you will be in profit at the end of the year. So it's always between 7 to 14% worst case scenario every year. You are up in your value and you can take that profit out every year. So that is one. Similar thing with Forex. Forex is volatile, yes, it's great, but if you are targeting 10 to 15% per annum, your money will be very safe. So the difference between people who are doing real Forex and people who are losing money in Forex are 2 things. Number 1, the volume of capital. Number 2, the desired return. So most forex traders you have are greedy. They are not trading forex. They are gambling. I'm not saying they are not entering the market though. They are placing trades, but they are gambling. That's what they are doing. They are not trading. And the result of gambling is you could win, you could lose. Most of the time, you lose more. That's the result. So it is possible for somebody to put $100 into Forex, and in 1 year or 2 years, he has turned that $100 into $10 million. It is possible, but it is not guaranteed. It is not, he can't even repeat it. It's complete luck. It's a gamble. It's 1 in a million chance. So you can't build that as an investment model or a system. No. Unfortunately, people use that kind of story to lure you of the little you have to put into Forex, and they end you up inside the forest. Okay? So if you are going to do Forex, so 2 things. Number 1, your return must be your expected and desired return must be very low. 10% a year. That's like 1% every month. Okay? So just like 1% every month could be what you might be getting. So you plan towards that. That helps you. Okay, so that's as per Forex. Same thing in crypto. There is, I don't know the name, I can't remember the name they call it now, but there's this investment stuff where you buy the top 100 or top 500 performing crypto on the coin market cap. You invest in them at once. You put maybe $1,000 and they spread it across. In an entire year, all those 500 or 100 crypto are going to move up and down, up and down. But the aggregate of all of them will put you in profit at the end of the year. And crypto profits can be crazy. So it's not always going to do 10% for you. You might make 50% of your capital at the end of the year and you'll be safe because of what you do. All right. So that is very important for Forex trading and crypto. And then we have treasury bills. We have all of these things. So they are very important things that you want to put your money into and be able to be. The number 4 are portfolios. So portfolio investment is private equity. There are a lot of businesses out there, small business that needs $10,000. And in 1 year, they could build a cash flow of $100,000. And you can find those businesses and finance them and take 30%. Let's say you take 20 to 30% of those businesses. It's risky because you can go and put your money into a stupid business or a stupid business owner who takes the investment money and go and buy a car, marry wife, do all kinds of crazy things and doesn't put it in the business to grow the business. Or they might even put it in the business and the business fail. It's possible. So you don't put all your eggs in one basket for this, and you may just get fund managers or private equity companies that you can invest in, and they do all of these things on your behalf because you are not trained to identify a business that is going to blow. Because there are tools and instruments that are used to identify businesses that are worth investing in this regard. Okay, so you don't just go out of emotion because they show you business plan that ChatGPT wrote for them, and you be like, this thing makes sense. So yeah, take my money and go and do the thing, and then you lose money. Okay, so these are some of the stuffs that you can do. So I've given you about 4. I gave you real estate. I gave you big business. I gave you financial instrument. That's number 3. And number 4, I gave you portfolios. So these are some of the stuffs that you can do. Now, I've spent my entire time today teaching a repeat of what we did last week, but at least I went deeper today. Now, Whatever you want to put your money in as something that will bring cash flow for you, it is your choice. You do your research further, find the things that resonate with you the most. And as you make more money, you can expand and hire people who are trained in this system management to be your fund managers. All right. And you unleash them. They do all this stuff and you just stay and do your stuff. So this is how to build wealth. You don't build wealth by doing affiliate marketing. You don't build wealth by learning digital marketing skill. You don't build wealth by learning AI skill. You don't build wealth by any of these things. You raise money to put into the system that will build the wealth for you. Do you understand me? So this is what the diagram looks like. This is the system, all right, that is going to bring the money for you. The system could be real estate, could be financial instruments, like I told you, could be any of these things. But for this system to come, you need what we call minimum investment. I don't know the minimum investment. You will be the one to go and calculate it yourself. You're going to be the one to have to decide and determine what that minimum investment is going to be for you based on what you want to achieve, based on what you're trying to do. It's going to have to be you who will do that. Okay, it's going to have to be you that is going to do that. So the minimum investment, that's what you put into building the system. Now, to do the minimum investment, you now need either a skill or business. So your skill helps you to convert into income that will help you build these minimum investments. The same thing with your business is to help you build this minimum investment. So our focus on the Sunday Income Masterclass is to show you skills you can learn and how to make money with the skills, or businesses you can build, because you can build business with your skill. All right. You build a skill, you learn a skill, and you build a business around the skill. Whatever income you are generating from both your business and your skill goes into the minimum investment capital that you are trying to raise so that you can begin to invest in systems. Please, do you understand the flow? So question is, what skill do you have that can generate income for you? Or what business do you have that can generate income for you? All right. So you start with a skill, you build a business with it, and then your income help you generate your minimum investment that will now build the system that you want to build. Please, do you understand this system? Do you get this flow, guys? So before next week, by next week, I am going to outline how to turn your skill into an income generating business. So if you already have a skill, good for you. You're going to learn how to turn it into business that will bring income that can help you achieve your minimum investments. All right. If you don't have a skill yet, I'm going to be giving you a recommendation of where you can learn those skills that can build the business that will generate the income that will grow your minimum investments. Do you understand? So that's what I'm going to be dealing with next week, Sunday, on the Sunday Income Masterclass, how to build an income generating business with the skill you have. You got to sell something good to people who are willing to pay and are able to pay and pay over and over so that you'll be able to raise enough money to build a system that you want to work on. So that's what you have to do in order to be able to generate the best stuff that you need. Do you understand? So next week, that is what we're going to go deep into, how to convert your skill into an income generating business. I hope you have learned something today. Thank you very much for being a part of this. I'll see you all next week. I actually wanted to talk about VAT links today, but I didn't have the time for it. All right.
It's glitz on the beat.